silkiest voice in the land. Who's the dude behind this hot podcast? He's letting his guests recline, he's prepping the place, and got a lot of time to put a smile on your face. So turn up your speakers, lock it on your crispiest shoes. Welcome everyone, now let's find out what it do. What it do with your body, Henry? Hip hop, video games, topics that turn on the brain. What it do with your body, Henry?
What it do? What it do? Welcome back to the podcast with your host, Jabari Henry. Today, it's about to be a bloodbath. It's about to be dangerous. We're doing another Four Pillars episode, this time on anime villains. If you guys have never been a part of this before, basically, we all name our own four pillars of anime villains or whatever that topic is that time, and we just put it together at the end between all of us. Joining me is the usuals. Darius, what's poppin'?
Danny, what's good, y'all?
Mm-hmm. Danny, what's good?
Let's get some Black Force energy, Black Air Forces up in this bitch.
Oh, it's gonna be a ton of it. It's gonna be a ton of it.
Tight
And
shit.
we got
Only Black Air
Andrew.
Force.
What's up, Andrew?
How's everyone doing? Thanks for coming back. It's gonna be fun.
It should be all
it's gonna
bad.
be very
And I get
fun.
at least
I
one
think
character on this mountain. At least one.
that no
I'm
promises
really
at all.
curious.
It's like
But,
going for stars in Mario Party.
If
So
we're
whoever
going
has
stars
the
on
more
Mario Party,
picks-
I'm getting all four of mine. Like, I don't know
We
what
should-
you mean.
We should keep.
We'll see.
Yeah,
we
we'll
should
see
keep
about
track.
that.
Yeah.
We should keep track how
Mhm.
many people get like their picks up in these bitches.
We'll see.
We'll
see.
let's do
I
it.
think-
Shit.
I think we should, without further ado, we should get started. Andrew,
Tight.
you're up
All
first.
right. So, first of all, I got Naruto Uzumaki. Now, everyone may be like, hold up. Hey, you may check the title, check
What?
yourself. So, I don't know. Something rubs me the wrong way.
Heard all
How
those people click off right
this-
at that moment.
any guy he fights will come up to him and say, "Yo, my parents were killed in front of me. This person is fucking evil. And haunts my past, and I have to do this to change the world." Rasengan, first of all, Rasengan to the face. Second of all, don't think like that. Whatever you've been doing with your life, don't do that anymore. You know why? Because I say so. Stop it now, or else I'll fuck you up. Rasengan, So, you know what? He uses intimidation tactics and psychological manipulation and gaslighting that he would be canceled on Twitter today. He's a villain of yesterday. Now, I also want to mention Madara Uchiha. He is a real villain. Okay. He's just the first person to not fall to talk no jutsu in Naruto. He was on the floor dying. He said, "Oh, well, fuck you, dude." And you know what? I respect that. He brought
From
us.
all this rambling, I still don't understand how Naruto's a villain.
So,
We'll see.
I
We'll
mean-
see to it. We'll see to it. We'll see to
Go
it.
next. Go
Not-
next.
Let's do the next one. Do the next one real quick.
Madara Uchiha is actually really great. I love him as a villain because of his immense strength, his confidence, and his personality is very, very deep. Though I like him
Thank you
as
for
a
not choosing
character.
Kaguya.
Okay, so yeah, first of all, I have more than a brain cell. That would be bad. But no offense if you like Kaguya, but I
Is there
just
anybody
respect.
that does?
If you like
It's a good
Kaguya,
question.
put
I'm
a
sure the
comment
people
in
that think
chat,
she's hot,
and
yeah,
then
they
the
like her.
other 99 people watching this video can go
Darius.
say why you're wrong.
I've
But-
literally never even watched an arc.
But hear me out. Madara as a villain that pulls the strings, dying because he was being pulled by strings, I think is very poetic, even if it was a retcon to sell Boruto. But, at least that has some semblance in narrative speaking, and I appreciate
Mhm.
that. Creative writing, Andrew appreciates that. So
Who's your next?
we got Light Yagami. I had to. Out of
I
all the
wonderful.
anime I
knew
watched,
someone was
Okay.
gonna
That's
put
good.
this
light.
kid just has problems. He would have been a school
Extensive.
shooter for sure, without a doubt. That man is crazy. That man is so crazy. Just I'm sure everyone's watched Death Note.
Man,
Mm.
Shit, I don't even know where to begin with him.
Oh.
But okay, here's the real villain of my entire list that just dwarfs all of them. Okay, you ready?
Uh-huh.
We got
Sakura.
from no, she's no Naruto. Anyway, we got from Fate series Kirei Kotomine. Now, hear me out. This man was
Uh-huh.
born and his first fucking memory is all I want to do is hurt people. All I want to do is just hurt people and cause them suffering. And he can't stop thinking about it. He's born into this church Catholic fucking family. Going to church. It was probably the
Mhm.
church, honestly. But anyway,
Dark Urge
he's
type
going to
beat.
church. He's like,
Born into
damn,
violence.
you know, I don't know. Hurting people is the only thing that causes me happiness. You know, tortures
It's
animals
kind of
and
gas,
stuff.
like
He's
low
just
key.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, damn. Like, I sure wish I was like all these other people. Like, start a family to be happy, money to be happy. No, I like hurting people, not even killing them.
He just wants bloodshed.
Yeah.
Understandable.
And so he can't get that out of his head.
Understandable, I guess.
Becomes a priest, becomes the head priest of his family's church, and goes through. And you know he just still loves torturing people. He gets a wife. He's like, let me try this shit out, pussy, right?
Mhm.
And he has a wife. He has a child. Oh, fuck! All I think about is hurting them. You know, kills the wife, kills the child,
Mhm.
and he's just, you know, still a priest. Betrays his only like colleague, only person he ever bothered to know. To, you know, just less for power, more for the hell of it, and then sets off this bomb, this just chemical reaction that kills over 10,000 people. All right, the only survivors are like 20 kids. He's only able to adopt
Mm.
19 of them. Unfortunately, he didn't get that 20th one. You know what he does to those kids? He puts them in his basement
Unfortunate.
and drains them of mana for the rest of eternity. After he dies, they will still be hooked up to these machines that got them looking like less than skin and bones, like barely being kept alive, can't breathe in this moldy, dusty ass
Mhm.
basement with roaches and shit eating them, and they can't die because they're being kept alive and just being eaten for over 10 years. For the hell of it, bro. That shit's hilarious. And so,
Light trolling, light trolling, light trolling.
and
Oh
Nice.
gosh.
if I
Light
haven't
trolling.
described just, and yeah, he just makes it his life's mission to kill as many people as possible and hurt them. He tries to like bring hell to Earth just to like watch everyone get tortured by the demons and burn to death and
Mhm.
stuff. That was his thing. And yeah, very anecdotal, I'll be honest, but that motherfucker
Yeah.
scares me. And he's my top pick.
Yeah, well, he sounds terrifying. I'll say that.
And that was my end of ramble.
Jesus Christ. Daniel, you want to go next?
Okay. Okay. So let me pull up my list. Okay, cool. So I have 4 characters, as we all know. I'm gonna start with the first one that I have on my list, and it is Eren Yeager. Dun, dun, ba, 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 ba. Purely because he ends up wiping out 80% of the population.
Get rumbled, stay humbled.
Light trolling, light trolling,
Yeah,
light
it's
trolling.
just the
Purely
crazy.
because he kills literally he's successful in what he's probably one of the few villains that are successful in what they want to do. So I have him on there. I'll let you guys pick 1, 2, or 3.
7.
3.
2,
3?
just
Okay.
to be different.
3. Jabari said 3, so I'm gonna go with 3. So the next one on my list is Shao Tucker.
Uh-huh.
There he is. Nailed him.
There he is.
We're all expecting it. We're all expecting it.
We're all
True menace.
expecting it. We all know what he did. We're not gonna say it. We all know. And for those who don't
If you
know,
want-
look it up. Look it up. Watch the full episode.
Trust me, he's only
Yeah.
in one episode, but if you've seen it, you'll remember it for the rest of your life. That's a promise.
That one episode is just so terrible.
We're gonna get into it anyway. Either way,
We will. Okay. What? Okay. I got 1 or 2. Pick.
2.
Okay. I have Griffith from Berserk.
Oh, that's
Hey,
fantastic.
you too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, terrible.
Yeah.
I was
Terrible,
like,
terrible.
There's
dude,
a really
is
good
this
one.
dude not getting on the fucking pillar? Shall we go into what he did, or what he
Oh,
did?
we'll
or
wait
shall
on
we
that.
wait?
We'll wait on that.
We'll wait on that. Okay.
We'll wait
and
on
then,
that.
And then, last but not least, I had a few people in mind for this position, but I think
Mhm.
ultimately we kind of have to go with Frieza. right? We have to go.
Ooh.
We have to go with Frieza.
Yeah.
Mhm, mhm.
I had Frieza. I had Vegeta from the Saiyan Saga. I also had King Piccolo, but I think we go with Frieza on this one
For sure, for sure.
because what's worse than racism, right?
Just
I mean,
international
if we're gonna talk about
space
racism in
racism.
anime, Frieza's kind of like the poster boy. I'm not even gonna lie.
Exactly.
For
Exactly. He's
real.
the
Like-
Uncle Ruckus of the anime.
What's it called? Shout out to Madi, who's most likely listening to this right now. Me and him were talking,
Amari.
and he
Hello,
asked me like,
monkeys.
can you name another anime character as racist as Frieza?
Oh,
And,
you
like-
definitely could. You
You
definitely
could.
could.
Name one.
But, like,
Name one right now.
Wrath, for sure. Wrath.
From Full
hating
Metal.
on the Ishvalans for sure.
Did, I don't know, man. He kind
That's-
of what's it called? Frieza kind of enslaved an entire planet. I don't
And
know.
he-
One?
He slaughtered an entire race to make a sorcerer's stone.
I mean,
He's not on my list, but we
Frieza
can
did it because they
continue.
were upsetting him a bit. So
He's not even on my list, but we can
the
continue.
first thing he says to the Saiyans is
it's
literally,
hello, monkeys.
"Hello, monkeys."
They had the tails. I don't know.
Please stop it.
Yeah, like a part of me like agrees with that, but then the real life part of me understands that him calling them monkeys is because they're monkeys. But people think it's so funny. Oh, here's my rant. People think it's so funny, and they think he's so racist because people just love to call us black people monkeys. That's the real reason that it's so
Talk to him.
appreciated.
Talk
It's
to him.
so appreciated
Tell 'em.
because people who already feel some type of way about
Wait,
black people
yeah.
look at Frieza and they're
Tell
like,
'em.
oh, now he's kind of speaking my language. So they can just say, hello, monkeys. And they're like, oh, we're talking about Saiyans, but we all
Especially
know
the
what
anime
the
community,
underlying
especially
causes.
the anime
Oh
community,
Especially
bro.
the anime
God.
community.
So
That's my
would
rant.
say
So
something about
So
great.
can
Talk
I,
your
can I
shit,
just,
bro.
can I
Talk
just
your
add this
shit.
really quick? Can I just add this really quick?
Please.
To the point of Darius, doesn't that make him a worse character and even more so a reason to be on this pillar? Because he
I mean,
encourages it.
Daniel, we have time for this later.
Oh
Yeah, we
We
have
have
time
time
for
for
this.
this
Oh,
later.
yeah, I'm just saying that
We
now.
got two more
But
other pillars
anyways.
to get through.
It's just
But
too
anyways,
funny.
do
Oh my
I go-
God.
No. Might as well get out the
we
way.
should.
So I already said Piccolo and Vegeta. I have two, but they were in the same spot. I had Chop
Mhm.
Chop Buggy and Sawtooth Arlong.
Cute,
Here-
cute.
Buggy because he's like the Team Rocket of
Mhm.
One Piece, and
At
I
least the
just like
first
Arlong.
half. Yeah.
I just like Sawtooth
Understandable.
Arlong.
Understandable.
I think he's cool. Kiss
So
my ass.
it looks like I know where to start my pillars.
Well, Darius, you're already very heated.
Dual
I want you to
flamingo.
go
Yeah.
straight into it. I want to be
Alright.
you next.
So my first pick, even though One Piece has a lot of great villains, and while Arlong is my favorite of the first half and Buggy's great, Doflamingo for
I saw
sure
him
is
too.
like
Mhm.
He's such
the
a
I, was,
worst
baby.
of the
I knew it was
worst.
coming.
It was
Worst of the
coming.
worst.
I was like,
From
when I
his
was
from his speech in the war talking about, justice is who is made by the person who wins the fight. That's his belief. Enslaving his entire country, killing his father at a young age, killing his
Hello,
brother.
monkeys.
Evil. Straight up
Uh-huh.
evil.
I'm dead.
Mhm.
Second, I'm gonna have to go with this one was tough because Toguro from Yu Yu Hakusho is such a great villain,
Yeah.
and I don't think a lot of people give Sensui his credit.
Thank you. Oh my
And
god.
like,
thank you.
okay, because you say that, I'm gonna have to have Sensui on here instead of Toguro, because like Toguro is like great, and he like pushes Yusuke to become
Mhm.
as strong as he can be, but they literally everyone needed their max power ups to fight Sensui. Like I feel like nobody remembers the fight where Yusuke's like, "All right, guys, it's time to go," and then they all just like S-class demon rank instant level up to fight Sensui.
And,
Like
and
I
just
think that was
and
amazing.
just character wise,
And yeah, especially how he's the
just better than
exact
Zoro.
foil of Yusuke
Mhm.
and everything, and how they both had the same job, and we see where
I
it
like
led
your
him.
little, math math joke there. Your little foil. That calculus be really working for you.
And my third, I'm gonna have
Such a
to go
fucking nerd.
with the. I'm on my third, right?
Yeah.
Third, yeah.
Yeah.
For my third, I have Aizen from Bleach because he's just the main villain, like the villain of the whole show.
Aizen is
Nobody could stop
insane.
him. Like
I'm so
forget-
happy I
he's-
have like smart friends. I'm so happy.
he's terrible from the beginning of the show. Even when they
Wait,
go
what
to
did I
the
say that was smart?
flashbacks, he's just terrible. and literally unbeatable, which just makes it a lot.
Yeah, quite
a lot more
literally
interesting.
unbeatable.
I kind of want to put Naruto on this pillar for shits and giggles.
Just
Oh, no.
do
And
it.
then for my final, it is him, Dio, because
Bruh.
Dio.
I saw that too.
Darius,
Yes, sir.
there's a reason me and you are best friends. I want you to
I
know this.
know.
You
I
realize,
know.
right? I want you to realize something. You picked 3 of the people on my list. Now I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna dig in the bag and grab from other parts.
I'm dead.
If you
This is
want,
why you're
I'll
my
switch.
best
Nailed it.
Twinning
Ooh,
them,
hello.
honestly.
Hello, there it goes. If you want, I'll
Mhm.
switch one of mine so that
no, please.
you know.
Wait,
you can have one
what
of
are
them.
what are your honorable mentions? I'm curious.
Let's see. For my first honorable mention, I guess Tagoro. For my 2nd
Mhm.
honorable mention, I have the Major from Hellsing Ultimate because he literally just tries so hard to kill Alucard, like has a werewolf in his back pocket. He's kind of like Aizen in how he kind of plans out how everybody else around him
Mhm.
is going to move, and he does exactly what he needs to win.
Mhm.
Like, who would have guessed the best way to kill Alucard was to find a Cheshire cat and mix his DNA into Alucard's just so that he becomes omnipotent, and he's not
What?
there. Like
Oh
that's
my god.
like, and he still loses in the end, which is
Yeah.
why he's not on the list. But like,
Mhm.
that's just like such a 5-head play right there.
My
Mad
god.
respect.
Mhm. Is that your last one?
Yes.
All right. Now with my entire list basically being taken.
Sorry.
Oh wait.
No,
I do
no,
have
no,
one more.
no.
I do have one.
I'm
more,
happy.
One more.
Oh,
Phaeton.
shit.
Phaeton? Out of all of Hunter x Hunter, Phaeton?
He has no legs to stand on the entire show, but he's still my favorite.
He just has drip. That's all he's got.
He just has
He
that
just-
one moment.
he has the
It's
drip.
that
A
one
broken
moment.
It's about the
ability.
style points.
The ability's broken as hell, but like,
Yeah.
It is.
Mm-hmm. All
Alright,
right,
there you
so
go.
So Meruem, right, Jabari?
no.
Oh.
Mhm. So
A
first of
bummer.
all, since honestly, all you guys chose my top picks.
Oh,
So the
it's
ones
gonna
I
be
got
okay.
are not the afterthought. No, all the ones I kind of have here are kind of like my next bets.
Your
One of
second
them's
string.
a big joke one, but
I'm
all right.
surprised.
So I guess I'll
Yeah,
get
go ahead.
started. From Rising of the Shield Hero, I have Princess Melty. Now
You have to explain
this
this
is
one.
she is a
Who
she is a
dat?
special villain. I'll tell you, I haven't had a character besides, obviously Shao Tucker make me hate them right out the gate. Right out the gate, right?
Oh my
I
god.
knew what they were doing with that
Mhm.
one.
It took one episode with this woman. Literally, the shield hero, it's an isekai, so he gets transported into this world, and he's a shield hero. Everyone disrespects the shield hero. Princess Melty walks up to him. Oh my god, can I be on your team? Since you don't have anybody? He's like, oh sure. She makes him spend all of his freaking coin, all of his money on armor. She's like, oh, but you need it. Oh, but you need it. He's like, oh yeah, sure. He's just happy this pretty girl's just noticing him and shit, right?
Like shit.
So they go back to the
Oh,
guild.
buddy.
They go back to the guild, and she's like, oh, to celebrate new friends, let's have a drink. And he's like, oh no, I don't drink. I don't do any of that. She's like, oh, you sure? She's trying to pressure him,
Peer
He's
pressure's
like, oh
bad.
no,
The peer
no, it's
pressure's
fine.
crazy.
I don't want to drink. I'm just
Peer
gonna go to
pressure,
bed.
kids.
Mm-hmm. He goes to bed. He wakes up. You know what happens? He gets woken up by 2 of the other heroes around, and they're like, "How could you? You're evil. How dare you?" He's like, "What are you guys talking about? What's going on? What's happening?" And you see Princess Melty in the back, with her crocodile tears, just crying her eyes out, and she's like, "He touched me. He did this. He was a drunken rage. He did all this to me." And like every time they turn her back, you just see her freaking evil
There
grin
goes our
on her
monetization,
face.
by the way. There goes
Oh no,
our
no, no!
monetization.
We're gonna get,
Shut up.
we're gonna get to Griffith. You're worried about that.
Yeah, bro. That man's fucked up. Damn, that's not nice.
Yes, but she does this, leaves him alone. Leaves him be with no other party members. All of his money gone. But she does get her just desserts in the end, where her second name in the series is they find out she lied, and she was being set up to be executed because of all the evil stuff she's done.
Tough.
Like other
My
than that,
God.
and he's like, no, don't execute her. That's too easy for her.
Oh.
Why don't you change her name to Princess Bitch? And that's what they
I'm-
did.
I'm dead.
So my first pick is
Full
Princess
circle.
Bitch.
Full circle.
That's funny.
All right. 2. My next villain would be you guys are gonna hear this and you're gonna be like, oh, because it's from Rurouni Kenshin. Shishio from Rurouni Kenshin.
Oh, tell us.
Shishio is one of the best villains, like cleared all the
Season
way.
one
One of
is
the
so
best
long,
villains
bro.
I've seen in an anime.
Wow.
Season 1 of Rurouni Kenshin is garbage, but get to season 2. It's one of
It's
the best
so
arcs
hard
you're ever
to
gonna
get
see in an
through.
anime.
It's so
One of the
hard
best
to get
arcs.
through.
Yeah, I did not get to the first season,
I didn't get through the
unfortunately.
first season
No,
either.
I understand.
Have to
I
try
almost
it
didn't get
again.
to it either. It's Rurouni Kenshin is literally that one picture, that one meme of the guy with the pickaxe picking through, and the gold right there, and he stops.
The
That's literally
diamond.
Rurouni Kenshin. You stop and there's gold right at the end.
Oh my God.
Deadass.
Oh, now I have
But
to
this
go
ma-
back and watch it. Oh,
But this man is the main villain of season 2. And when I tell you, this guy's ideology, the way he thinks, the way he moves, his power scaling, the way he moves around, he's basically the mirror of Kenshin.
Kenshin.
But Tosin.
Where Kenshin's like, oh,
He's in the
you know,
live action too? I think
yes,
that's
he
in the
is,
live action.
but it's not the same person. They
It's not?
butchered him. Not the
Okay.
same. Not the same.
Unfortunate.
I'm gonna watch Rurouni now,
He's
I
a little
wonder.
mirror. He's a literal mirror of Kenshin. This man power scales up to the wazoo. Literally, it took the 4 main characters of that arc to fight him at the end, and this man just washed them all. He was gonna kill them all. He ended up beating himself. They tricked him, and he ended up beating himself and setting himself on fire
Wow.
and all that kind of stuff.
That'll do it.
It's an arc that's masterfully done. Because even him setting himself on fire just matches with his character. But I'm not going to get into all that right now. We got more to get to. After him, I have. Honestly, I was thinking about doing another one, but I'm like, nah. I'm gonna just do I'm gonna
Say
do
your
Dio.
pick, sir.
Dio's like
Yeah.
the hater of
Yeah.
haters.
Right?
The main
He's Mr.
hater.
He's a true born hater. There's no
Yes.
there's no Joestar that does not have to deal with with Dio.
The shadow
Dio has-
of Dio.
Yes, even after Dio's death, Dio is affecting the Joestars generation after generation after generation.
My God.
It's ridiculous. Okay, and my 4th villain that I have it's gonna sound ridiculous. It's a joke pick. Darius, I think you know the one I'm gonna say. I think I told you.
Oh, that's so crazy because I think he was my other honorable mention. Go
Yeah?
ahead. I think so.
Okay. Before I start, have any of you guys seen Grave of the Fireflies?
Wait, that
Oh,
sounds
okay,
so
it's this
familiar.
one. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Grave of the
Wait, so
Grave of
what
the
about
Fireflies?
a million fireflies? What?
1,000 Fireflies? Okay. Jesus Christ. Grave of the Fireflies.
Oh, damn! I haven't gotten
In
to
this
see
anime,
this yet.
it's essentially follows this little rural area of Japan around World War II. And it goes about the ramifications and the after bits of the nuke. Now, if you've ever seen this anime, it's sad as hell. I
Oh,
cried. It was
Is-
horrible.
Is this the anime where you see the people like burn up from the nuke?
Is it?
I,
it-
I
is
know
it-
what
is it like-
animation you're
I
talking
don't think
about
so.
too.
You know exactly what I'm talking about, though, right?
I do.
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
But,
I don't think
um,
it's that though.
I don't
Doesn't
think it's
sound
that
like
one.
it.
I don't think it's that one.
okay, cool. It's not like
But
a
yeah.
super old school anime, is it?
It's from 88.
It's old enough.
Yeah,
88.
Yeah, I think
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I may be talking
Because
completely
there's
out of
two
my
I know
ass.
of. There's two I know of. But
All
either
right,
or.
okay. I'm curious.
Is the ramifications of the nuclear bomb. And throughout this whole thing, you just see, people getting sick, people dying, and these just very like welcoming, familial town, just
Are we gonna?
destroyed because of the nuke. And because of this, my last anime villain is Oppenheimer.
No,
Ain't no way fucking Oppenheimer.
you can't.
Oh,
Listen,
my
he made the
God.
circle.
He made the
Full
nuke.
circle.
He made me have to go through all that. Because of him, I have to deal with this.
Do I have
I'm
to?
dead.
Do I have to? Are we gonna learn about fucking World War II history now?
I have my
World War II history?
fucking history project on it. I'm ready. What you mean?
Oh, bro, I watched
little
hours of
essay.
the History Channel.
Mhm.
I'm
You can
also
just
ready.
say your fourth anime villain is the United States. That's fine. They have a good contender, honestly, on this mountain.
Honestly, you know how many times that on the U.S. was a villain in any anime? That's
lot of
honestly very
times.
valid.
Yeah, bro.
times.
What the hell? What's going on over
Them
there?
showing up with their country accents, you know, just
Yeah.
Dead.
and just beefed up.
Marrying them sisters.
For real.
Yes, Oppenheimer is my fourth pick.
So
Mostly
he's
because
like,
all my other picks were chosen anyway.
Do they
so
say
why
his
not? I'll
name
just say
in the
that one.
movie? Do they say his name?
They say his name in the
at
movie?
all?
They do
I
not,
don't
but we
know.
know who it is.
Okay.
We know
we
who
I
it
was
is.
wondering.
we all
We can
didn't
read
see
between the
Oppenheimer
lines.
in movies and movie theaters.
We know who it is. We know who
I
it
think
is.
that'll have to deduct points because all of our villains are mentioned with their name.
Yeah.
At least once.
At least shown in the in our shows.
Don't
Don't worry. He's a looming threat. He's a looming threat.
Yeah, looming presence
fucking
over the
dead.
shadow of the
He'll be
entire
hard
show.
to beat.
But no, that wasn't
Oh
my
my
other
God.
honorable mention. My actual other honorable mention was Bill from Beastars,
I'm dead.
the
Bill from
Bengal
Beastar-
tiger.
Oh my god.
I thought was he not the deer?
That's class, actually. That's class.
Who's the
No,
deer?
the deer. I don't remember his name. It was
Louis?
fuck.
Not
Yeah,
Louis.
it was Louis. No, the Bengal tiger. His name was Bill. He's the one that ate the goat, and then he tried to get like Legoshi to succumb to his carnivorous ways. Then they
Yeah.
ended up fighting in the end. That shit was
Yeah, Louis just a rival. That's just clapping rabbit cheeks. That's all he is.
yeah.
That's all he is. Watch
He got that
Beastars
snow
is
fever
really good.
too.
What the fuck is
probably
going
one of the
on?
weirdest fucking animes. I've only seen
He's
one
definitely
episode.
lactose tolerant.
It's
And
top tier
I-
though. It's top tier.
Is it?
I'm not a
is
furry,
it?
I swear.
Yeah.
Geek stars.
But there's a whole bunch of
Okay.
like, yiffing up in that bitch.
Well, we said all of our picks.
Can we?
My picks had to be butchered because mine were all mentioned throughout
the fuck up.
throughout this thing.
You put fucking
So
Oppenheimer. in
I
this
say
bitch.
before we even get into like the whole like actual discussion part of this, let's run through. Andrew, your picks.
Naruto.
Oh yeah. So I got Naruto Uzumaki,
Mhm. Yeah.
Light Yagami, Madara Uchiha, and
Naruto.
Kirei Kotomine.
All right, Daniel.
I got Frieza, Shao Tucker, Eren Yeager, and Eren Yeager, and then Griffith.
All right,
Yeah.
Darius.
Those are really good picks.
What is that moan after Griffith? I just said Griffith. Everyone goes.
I mean, that man.
I mean, we
think
know he's
yeah.
getting on. Let's be honest with ourselves.
Yeah, bro.
No, I mean, yeah, we can definitely be honest with ourselves, but dang, this man is getting on that
Man.
pillar.
For
Yeah.
my four, I had Aizen, Sensui, Doflamingo, and Dio.
All right, and for me, I had Shishio from Rurouni Kenshin. I had Princess Melty, aka Princess Bitch, from Rising of the Shield Hero. I had
I'm watching that
Deal.
anime now.
and I had Oppenheimer
I'm dead.
from Grave of the
Fucking Oppenheimer.
Fireflies, aka
Jesus
America.
Christ.
Oh my god. He has a good
All right, so
chance.
first and foremost, he has a good chance.
He does.
All right, first and foremost, let's talk about who's definitely getting on, and
So
let's talk
Griffith
about
is
why it's
definitely
Like, Let's go around the circle and say one thing we remember about Griffith before we just put him
Poor
on the list.
Casca. Poor Casca.
Oh my god.
Okay, so
bro.
that all right, that was the one I was gonna say. All right. What was it? He's the reason why Guts is missing an eye, isn't he?
Yeah.
Listen, he's done much worse than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's be real with
Well,
ourselves.
I mean, can we just? All right. Well, that's my one thing.
If he got off
stabbed
with
his
just
eye.
the eye, I mean, that wouldn't be so.
Oh, and he cut off his arm. That's right. Darius.
He's
Alright.
just a
Vader
monster.
looking at
He's just a monster.
Also,
I don't
poor
even
Band
want to
of the
argue
Hawk.
against him.
Poor
Well,
Band of the
Oh
Hawk.
yeah.
Literally,
I forgot
literally
they all
sacrificed
died.
his entire guild of mercenaries to
Jabbar, do
gain
you
the
want to
power of a god.
Do you want to just make my point for me and just
Wait,
spell out
let's
what
not
he did
let's
exactly?
let's also not forget to
Right.
mention that he groomed the king's daughter, and then slept with her as well. As soon as she turned of age. Let's talk about that as well. You know,
Do you want to
My
just
God.
keep on making my point? Do you want to
Yeah.
explain everything, Jabari?
I really don't.
No one's
I probably
arguing
should.
against you. It's okay.
probably
No,
should. I
But
really
for
don't
those
want-
who haven't seen Berserk,
Oh goodness,
Look at Darius just wiping his eye.
it's disgusting.
All right,
Was
so
it in a-
I'm gonna do a very TLDR version of it. All right,
yeah.
too long didn't read. Gonna do a very TLDR version. All right, so Guts, horrible life to begin with.
Oh my
I'm not
God.
even gonna get into all that. Let's
Man-
just start like he was born. He was born from his mother who hung herself from a tree. Let's
No,
start from
no,
there.
she didn't hang herself. She got hung.
Oh, she was hung, but like either or.
Yeah, she was not.
Jesus.
It was not her decision.
Yeah, but that's where he was born. That's where his life started. Well, many bad things kept happening to him. Very, very bad things. And then he met up with this very nice, twink boy named Griffith.
For real, Timothy Chalamet looking ass.
Griffith brought him in.
So for the live action, I nominate.
Yeah, get him a wig and call it a day.
Honestly,
That's your boy.
I'm nominating freaking Edward Cullen to play Griffith. I think he'd kill it.
Yeah, I,
Oh my
But,
I
God.
agree with that. He's got that bird face, you know.
Right? But either or, Griffith brings him in. Hey, you're our buddy. Whatever, you're part of the band of Hawk.
Welcome to the family.
Yo,
For
welcome to the
real.
family. Griffith's like, oh, he has this big vision. Oh, I'm gonna be the ruler, and everything's gonna be nice and wonderful. That's important. He wants to be the ruler. He doesn't forget about this ambition, and that's a big thing. Throughout this entire experience, they do a bunch of mercenary jobs. Yada yada blah blah blah. They become a
Guts
family.
falls in love.
Griffith falls in love.
No, Guts.
Let's just-
Guts falls in love
Mm-hmm. With Casca.
with Casca. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Griffith falls in love with Guts.
Wow.
Uh-huh. And
Tough.
guess what? Guts one day decides, I'm gonna be like Miles Morales. I'm gonna go do my own thing. know?
What the fuck?
I'm gonna go do my
You
own thing.
pulled the
Are him and
Miles.
Miles Morales really that alike?
Griffith's
Nah, I'm gonna
like,
do my own thing.
Griffith's like, but twin, no, don't leave me. We're supposed to be like, best friends to the end, all that kind of stuff. He's like, yeah, about that. I got some stuff I want to handle though, but I'll be back. Don't worry, I'll be back still. I'll be back. And Griffith's like, yeah, for sure. How does he handle this?
If you
These
love something,
actions.
set it free.
Yeah, dealing with this now that he's not getting his little boy toy anymore. Griffith decides,
Oh gosh.
it's crazy that you're laughing at this.
I'm trying so hard not to laugh.
Oh my God.
It's really not.
It's really not.
Oh my God. It's just
Okay,
no
long story
human
short,
could ever take
long story
what
short.
happens next.
Long story
He
short,
does. Wait,
Long
before you say
story
it, wait. I just want to say it's to the point where it's almost comically bad. Like it's comically how many horrible things this guy does to this this one dude.
Oh,
okay,
It
but we're not even
really
there.
is,
Also,
oh my.
but yeah, TLDR, he can't get his little boy toy anymore, so he
Oh
decides,
my God.
okay, let me go to the girl I've been grooming for the past like 5 years, and he sleeps with her. Guess who finds out? The king. The king's like, no, I don't like that. And decides to torture Griffith. Honestly, he should have been tortured more.
Should have been killed.
So
Kill
he's
him in
here
the-
being tortured, yada yada blah blah blah. He gets into a situation where they're like, hey, I can sacrifice all of my guild members to become God and then overthrow the king. So I can be the tyrant now.
Like, how does
And what
that
does
even
Griffith do?
happen? Like, what the
He
fuck?
does this. He
Oh
does
my
Humans are a
that.
big
God.
thing in this world, by the way. I don't know.
He sacrifices all of his people. Guts is there to watch. Guts is not only there to watch that, he's there to watch something else. Him having some fun time with his girlfriend.
Dog, there's so
front of
this
him,
kid- This guy
against her
can't catch a
will.
break.
He really can't.
He can't catch a break.
Loses his eye, loses an arm. Griffith becomes a tyrant. Does a
So-
lot more stuff after that, but that's not animated yet. So yeah, Griffith is our first pick. Griffith's on here.
Damn, in a pool
Easily.
of blood, no less, Jabbar. You
Mhm.
forgot in the pool of blood.
Oh yes,
Of
in a
his
pool of
friends.
blood. I forgot to mention that.
In the
Fuck it,
pool of blood of
random,
his friend.
So demons always attack him for the rest of his life.
Mhm.
Yeah, that too.
That's-
You're so
That
That's
too,
right,
not
that
nice.
too. Yeah,
bro.
and
It's-
eternal
it's-
damnation. And
Bro, it's almost. It's literally comical. The amount of horrible things this dude did.
like he just goes off.
it's tragic.
Like,
honestly,
like the
Went off his
sheer
rocker.
amount.
Crashed out for sure.
Bro,
That is for sure the biggest crash out of anime. He
bro.
crashed out.
For real.
It's
But
like-
yeah, Griffith.
It's like one after one after one after. It's like, bro. It's almost it's
Why did
hilarious.
you?
the amount of
I
horrible
want you guys to feel me here, right? Check me. He does all this once he doesn't get his way one time.
Yeah.
things.
One time.
Not to
That's
say,
all
not to
it
say what he
took.
does is hilarious. All I'm saying is the amount of all the bad things he's doing is comical.
Because he couldn't get his little boyfriend.
Because Good
It's
said, "Hey,
ridiculous.
I don't roll that way, big dog."
I'm gonna go do my own thing.
Yeah.
Alright,
Imagine
so yeah,
if these
Griffith,
songs
first on there, and I
reacted
don't
that
think he's
way
getting
and
off.
moved on. Shit.
Jesus Christ.
Anybody else feel like they have a top contender? They need a name.
I have to-
Frieza.
Yeah. Frieza's really good.
I say
Frieza's just
Aizen.
iconic altogether. Frieza's iconic altogether. Aizen, very much iconic as well. When I think
Unbeatable.
villains, Aizen's one of the anime villains. Aizen's one of the first people I think of.
I think of Frieza.
Yeah,
So,
Frieza, I think
let's
is
go.
really good.
Frieza's just an icon. He comes from Dragon Ball Z. He's gonna be an icon regardless.
I know that's
fair.
why Dragon Ball Z is like overpowered.
Exactly. But Darius,
Yeah,
since he's your pick, do
unfortunately.
you want to say anything about Aizen and why he should be on?
I mean, yeah,
the
I mean,
master
he's
manipulator.
literally, he's literally a menace. Like the ability of his sword, the thing in Bleach, everyone's sword has an ability. The ability of his sword is that whoever sees the sword in action can instantly be hypnotized. He has control of all 5 of their senses. So everybody, all the like Soul Society cast want to defeat him, but they literally can't, because
literally
the second
can't.
they try to fight him, he just hypnopatizes them and they lose. That's
not
the
only
only
that,
reason why
he's
Ichigo
ac-
was wanted, because
Right.
he's the only
Not only
person
that,
who didn't see
he's
it.
actually immortal.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
yeah.
He's actually immortal.
he figures out how to create a perfected Hogyoku, which is like a philosopher's stone, basically in this show, and
A
becomes
Hoagie,
immortal.
what?
It's called a Hogyoku.
It's like a philosopher's stone, like you said. Mhm.
He uses like a
Hoagies.
bunch of people's souls from the Soul Society, and he like fuses it into the Philosopher's Stone. Same way they did in Full Metal Alchemist, basically.
Wow. Wait,
Yeah, and then
is that a ripoff?
I mean, it's a Philosopher's Stone. That's how you make a Philosopher's Stone.
That's
But-
right.
It's been like that for ages. So,
Um, He also goes over, because in Bleach there's like 3 levels of planes of existence. There's human world, the spirit world, and then the world where all the hollows live. So he
Mhm.
just goes over to the world of the hollows and takes control of the entire thing. He goes to the king and he's like, yeah, I'm in charge now. Kills the king, takes the strongest hollows and genetically modifies them into like Arankars, which are just like stronger hollows with
Mhm.
more levels of thought, basically. Also kidnaps or tricks a bunch of people, samurais from the Soul Society, turns them into half hollows, calling them Vizards. And because he did that, he framed someone else and they get sent to Earth. And then all the other hollows that he fucked up got sent to Earth as well. He's just
Can I-
terrible.
Can I just ask
Yes.
why?
Because early in his life, he understands that he wants to become the Soul King. And the way to become the Soul King was to make the Philosopher's Stone.
quite literally
Okay.
since birth.
Yeah.
It basically power is power. You know,
And
he knows that.
The way he puts everything in place is immaculate, because even from the beginning of the show, he already knows who Ichigo is. And spoiler alert, Ichigo's just like a dirty mix of everything in the show. He's part
Mhm.
Quincy, part Soul Reaper, part Hollow. So like
which is ridiculous.
ridiculous. And because
It's bound
Isaac
to
knew
happen.
that from the beginning, he he purposefully doesn't show Ichigo the Shikai release of his sword. He doesn't show him the thing so that he can probably manipulate him, because he felt like in the future he would need Ichigo's like assistance. So he loses to Ichigo because of this, but then later on in the Thousand Year Blood War arc, it comes full circle and Ichigo has to like fight it. He needs the Shikai release to win their final fight.
Oh wow.
So like Aizen Shikai releases and hypnotizes whoever is there fighting, but since Ichigo's never seen it before, he's not affected, so he's able to like finish the job type shit.
I also like to mention this man's a soul that cannot be reaped by soul reapers. So let me throw that in there as well. This man literally cannot be defeated. They had to
They had
seal
to
him
put
in
him in a chair. They had to put him in timeout forever.
Bad boy.
Which he got out of eventually,
that.
which we all knew he was going to. So,
Eventually. Even
He's like,
even
"I'll
he
be
knew.
back."
He was like, you guys won't have me here for long. I've already been alive for a couple thousand years.
No.
Please
Bad-
don't.
Oh, and I
figure it
think
out.
Don't do that.
And I think the most ridiculous thing he did with
Mhm.
his ability is that he killed the main government of the Soul Society, like the 12 or 13 like leaders of the Soul Society.
Yeah.
He killed them and then used the ability of his sword to make it look like they never died. So if somebody were to walk into like their chambers, it would look like they were alive and still like making decisions. And then after he like fakes his death and like brings down his ability, people walk in and they see like every single one of them is slaughtered.
Aizen was broken
That's
for
so
no reason.
crazy.
And he probably
was
had
broken
it
for
like
no
that
reason.
for God knows how long, type shit. Like
That is so crazy.
Yeah,
Shit.
so Sosuke Aizen.
He and when you stop the main character's song with two
oh
fingers,
yeah, that
Yeah.
that was the most ridiculous thing I've ever
he
seen.
said,
No,
"That's
I always
enough
think.
of
No,
that."
I always think of.
And
No, I
then-
always think of.
fuck.
I always think of when he what's it called? He hypnotized Toshiro into freaking into stabbing freaking
Into
Momo.
stabbing Momo. Not
Yeah.
even to mention the psychological torture he put Momo through.
Oh
Then
my
has
God,
her
that poor
like
girl.
longest known friend stab her. Crazy.
For fun. He didn't have to do that, but like that shit was hilarious.
Ichigo thinking that the He the hot shit got his background music playing.
Getsuga,
Instantly
you know?
stops.
No. What's better is that he stops it with just a finger.
Just a finger.
Music's
He's a great
blaring.
villain. Stops
Oh.
instantly.
Ichigo looking
All
at
you-
him like, oh.
All you hear is the sword clink against his finger. It's just like,
And him just there smiling, just looking at him. Aizen's goated,
we're
bro.
fucked.
Literally.
Looking at him like shit,
But yeah.
man.
Yeah, Aizen, top pick.
Easily.
Mm-hmm.
So we got our first two.
First two, dude. We got a bunch more we can mention. We still have not actually talked about freaking Shao Tucker. So
Then
one thing I'd say about Mr. Tucker, right? One thing I'd say about Mr. Tucker.
Oh my god. He has nothing to do with
even
the main story.
outside of what we said already, it's just a memorable moment in anime in general. It goes beyond anime because they held a poll where people put in the best TV villains of all time, and this man made the top 5.
Oh yeah, easy. Easy.
No, and this is TV villains of all time. This is including Game of Thrones and all that kind of stuff. He made it on. No other
Man,
anime
it's
character was
fucked
up
up.
there. It was
that's
just him.
crazy. Just him among like live action villains and stuff.
So just to say how much this one moment, this one thing where
He's not
I
even
might as
the
well
main.
say it now.
He doesn't even contribute to the main story. He's just one step.
He's just a
Mhm.
side character.
He's just
Yeah.
a side character dedicated for one episode. That's it. Like he holds no main he holds relevance to the plot, but he has no
Mhm.
main he's not the main guy. It's
Yeah.
fucking hilarious.
And for people wondering, okay, what did this man do? How did he even get up to this level? There's
Wait,
this thing.
Just watch the episode.
For real.
You don't even want to say it. Just watch the episode.
Just watch the episode. Watch the episode.
Honestly, if there's one episode of Full Alchemist you should watch, it's probably that one.
watch
Yeah.
the episode. No,
The
don't
most
even. We're not gonna.
traumatizing one of them
Don't
all.
bother explaining it. Watch the episode
Mhm.
because you have to watch the episode. You have to go through the
The
emotional
pain
trauma
that we all did.
that we all go through. This is a rite of passage. If you're gonna watch anime, this is a rite of passage.
I remember watching that
It
shit
really
at
is,
12,
though.
like, oh my god, what the fuck?
You too? Same,
Bro,
bro.
I think I was
Yeah.
with Jabari when I watched it at college.
Were you?
I think so. And I was like,
You know, I
"Bro."
have a blank memory. I have a faint memory of it, of me just being like, "Bro, you're not ready for this."
For
And
real.
I remember like, I'll be fine. And then I
And
texted
he
Jabari
wasn't.
right after, and I'm like, I'm broken.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I went to class. I think that's what happened.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I was sitting in the cafeteria, just chilling. I was like, oh, I got class in like 2 hours. He's got another class. I'm gonna just
Mhm.
sit down, watch my show, and then we'll leave. And then by the time he got back, I'm just there sobbing, crying, and like just in a broken man in the middle of the BC cafeteria, just like.
It's horrible. It's horrible.
Damn.
But Shao Tucker is definitely a tough contender. It's
Oh,
it's
hell
hard
yeah.
for him not to
Yeah, he's definitely up there for a top
be. One thing I'm
contender.
hearing though, Andrew, you're a freaking Fate Zero villain. The
This
heck was he
man,
on?
Yeah,
dude,
he sounds
he's crazy.
like a menace.
I just want to say he's a pure-blooded psycho. Like when I think of crazy motherfucker, I think of him. Where he's crazy enough to realize how crazy he is, try to be good, go to church, what the fuck, and have a wife, and he's like, "Ugh, I can't, guys," and then just I'm
Dark
just
Urge,
fucking
baby.
itching, I'm itching,
The
kill
urge be
10,000
urging.
people, I'm itching, imprisons 19 children to be tortured for the rest of their lives, mute and fucking deaf, and he's like, you know, the only thing that can top this is bringing hell to earth. I just watching
might have
everyone
to,
be
you
Only
know?
thing-
to death. I can't. He's like a
Needs
fucking
it.
he's just a druggie for like torture and evil. And this one other story. Okay, you ready? He's doing this tournament for all powerful Wish, right? Teams up with this
Mhm.
girl. They're all talking. He's like, you know, like I really think we understand each other. And like it's narration. He's thinking in his head, he's like, wow, I really respect her. Like she's, you know, a stand-up citizen. She's gonna use this power for like good and stuff. And she's really capable in combat. And you know, now that she trusts me, still got it, baby. And it just fucking like stabs her and she's like bleeding out. And he's like, you know, he doesn't finish her off, he leaves her there to bleed out. He's like fucking looking at a medium steak and he's like, perfect, she's gonna have the maximum amount of suffering. It's like he fucking cooked a scallop perfectly. That's how he sees it. And he's like, alright, I gotta balance. And leaves her there to bleed out and
Jeez.
die. And then he like looks back and he's like, yeah. And he keeps going.
Yeah, I did that.
We did well. We did well.
He's just a pure psycho. And Shao Tucker's evil, but at least that was only like one kid, right?
And
No, he
the
actually
kid's
did-
mom.
He did it to his wife
And
too.
the kid's mom.
The dog got an upgrade.
That was so bad.
Oh yeah. The fucking the seal
I
laugh
hold
from
it.
Andrew. That's a
Fuck
genuine
no.
laugh. That's a
horrible,
genuine
bro. That's
laugh
horrible.
from Andrew.
That's horrible.
Dog with a blog.
Oh my god. That's crazy.
So where do we
Oh,
stand on
God.
Aaron Yeager, by
That's-
the way?
That's crazy.
Get rumbled.
Honestly,
Stay
we got-
humbled. Those aliens had it coming. Those pieces of shit. Aaron is a hero.
He's great, but he's a bitch. I wouldn't have him on my list.
I wouldn't put him on. I wouldn't put him on.
Okay, but can I just point out? I don't really give a shit if he's on the list or not. I just think he not only won anime character of the year, and then also won anime villain of the
Let's go.
anime MC and anime villain of the year in two different, or was it the same? No, it has to be two different. Two
I
different
don't
years.
know.
categories.
I don't follow the
for
awards
two
like
different
that.
Years.
That
I don't
shit
follow
was
them shits.
so fucking hilarious. I found that shit so funny. Not to mention, I think my favorite scene in AOT is literally the scene where he's like, "All right, y'all fucking destroyed my home and killed my family and just did all the bad shit with Titans.
He turns
I'm
on the
gonna reverse
intercom.
that shit."
Uno reverse that.
Uno reverse that, busts out, and then the first thing you see is a fucking rock just slam into somebody. And I was like, okay, that's pretty bad. That's pretty fucking badass. And I was like,
Mhm.
you would think that the anime MC is like, no, we must learn forgiveness and be better. And they're like, nah, he's like, nah, fuck that. I'm killing all you motherfuckers.
Get it back in blood type shit.
I want my
You
pound
got
of
to.
flesh.
You got to.
Get Rumble, stay
So-
humbled.
Yo, so I don't give a shit if he's on. I got Griffith. I'm probably gonna get Frieza, but
I don't know. We see. We got a lot of big hitters still. We got a
Eren
lot of big
Yeager-
hitters still.
honorable mention.
Mhm. I know for me, what's it called? I have to talk about Shishio from Rurouni Kenshin. This is a man where from birth, essentially similar to Aizen, where he basically saw like, okay, this is how the world works. This is how the power struggle works. He saw it from youth. Power kind of reigns, but it goes farther than that because he ends up going into this 30-year war, and in this 30-year war, he's basically like on tow with Kenshin, who at this time is Batosai the Manslayer, just slaying everything around. He's basically like on par with him. And with Kenshin realizes, damn, why can't we just have peace? Why can't everything just be, normal stuff like that? I don't need to be doing this killing.
reverse.
Mm-hmm. Shishio recognizes, we're like, wow, so to actually get to this peace, there has to be all this bloodshed and death and murder. And, he finds it to be bullshit. But hey, he also finds it to be fun, killing all
I'm
these
dead.
people.
Yeah, of
Uh-huh.
course. They always do.
Goes
Why
through,
not?
does it, is the top guy there. And basically, at the end, he realizes, okay, I think I can run this government better, because he also hates the government on top of that.
I'm not
So
a big
he's a-
fan
he's a
of
good-
the government.
Right? Not a big fan of the government. And they think this man's going to overthrow them. He was definitely planning on it, but they think it. They're like, okay, we're going to get to him before he gets to us. They set him up to be executed, and they set him on fire. This man lives through sheer grit and, having to be snowing. So it kind of helped him out a bit. This man bandages himself up, just lays in rest, waiting for his moment. He brings together people that have these exact same ideals. So it has these groups of freaking like villains, people that want to be evil for the sheer fact that it's just better for their lives that they're evil. And he manipulates them and takes advantage of that thought process. He gets them, and he shows up, and he's ready to overthrow the government. He succeeds. He does it, and Kenshin hears about Shishio being around, like, oh shit. All right, guys, this whole like peaceful shit is done now. I gotta bring back Batosai the Manslayer. This guy's not a joke.
Yeah.
Like, I gotta actually be serious this time. Season 1 Kenshin doesn't exist anymore. So goes in there, Shishio mopping the floor with everybody. Again, two sides of the same coin. He beats Kenshin like 3 times in this entire arc. Because
Tough.
Kenshin just can't get that killer instinct. Because he can't think the same as freaking Shishio to take him down. Shishio, mind you, he's killed so many people. His sword is just soaked in the freaking just the oil in the blood of just all the people he's killed. He just has not cleaned it. It's just dirty as shit.
Ew.
And he freaking has his
Disgusting.
sword, and he has a sword, and he kind of just flicks it onto his sheath, and it ignites from all the body oil that's just soaked up over the years.
Oh my god.
It was badass.
Dude's freaking a maniac. He's insane.
The flavors are definitely melting on my tongue.
Oh, yeah. Delicious.
Marinated.
So can I ask?
Please.
Why not is Batosai not not like an evil like
Batosai the Manslayer is Kenshin gloves off.
Yeah, I know it's Kenshin.
He's
Kenshin. What I'm saying.
Mhm.
But isn't that like another evil force to be reckoned with? Or was that because of the
No,
war? I don't remember.
It's a different animal. It's a different animal altogether. different animal altogether.
One had morals in the end, the other didn't.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's what I'm asking. Did Batosai not have morals? Am I wrong?
He had
on that?
morals because he had morals. Basically, he was just doing the bidding of the government, but eventually he's just like, no, this doesn't feel right. He decided I'm not going to take another life. Or eventually he's like, shit, Shishio's
I'm
running around
back.
here. Yeah, Shishio's running around here. I got to do something. So eventually they do take Mans down. They do take Mans down, having to use his own ambitions and confidence against them. This man goes to hell with all of his covenant just there, his whole cabinet.
My God.
He's there in hell, got his girl with him, and he's just like,
Matt
you know what?
Griffith.
You know what? I think I like it down here. But I think there needs to be some changes around here. Let's find the devil.
What?
And it stops and he goes and he decides he wants to take over hell and overthrow the devil in hell and rule hell all by himself. Shishio is goated. And I'm describing him horribly. You guys need to watch this season. It is
That's
so
crazy.
good.
Oh,
So
season 1 is
good.
so garbage.
It's so bad. I might just
But
skip
it's
season
so
1
worth
type
it.
shit.
It's so worth it.
It's
so worth it.
bad.
Why is it so bad?
It's such
It's
a
just boring.
slog, bro. It's
Okay.
so
It's just boring.
Yeah.
And like I'll even admit that. And even then,
It's
like
such-
season 2 is so good. Season 3 happens. The season 3's villain is literally the Illuminati. And it couldn't stack up to freaking Shishio.
Bro, season 1 is such a slog. I think
Again, pickaxe man. Pickaxe man. That is
how
literally that.
important,
It's literally
how
pickaxe man.
important is season 1 compared to season 2?
All the characters, especially all the characters that play an important role in season 2 come from season 1.
I still skip that shit.
I'd follow a solid guide of like, okay, just watch these couple episodes and then just run season 2.
I'll
I
just
don't
read the
even like
wiki.
season 1.
I just read
I almost
the
dropped
wiki.
it at season 1, just like you guys. I just have patience
I think I got
because
to,
I heard
like,
people were saying
halfway.
season 2's gas. I got to season 2 and it was beyond gas.
What does anybody know what Rurouni Kenshin is on? Like, is it on
It's on
Crunchyroll?
I believe it's on Hulu still. Oh yeah, it is on Netflix. They just added it.
I think it's on Netflix, I think.
They just
Okay.
added it. They just added it.
All right. They have like. Do you know that? Did you know they have like 2 fucking different dubs?
Of Rihanna Kenshin?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. No, I didn't
Bro, I
know.
remember watching one dub and it was bad, and then I watched another dub and I was like, "This is a lot.
This is
This is a
significantly
lot
better.
better."
They probably
Yeah.
redubbed it.
Yeah, most likely.
Damn.
It's pretty
Yeah.
old.
They called Kenshin Kenny.
Okay, what the fuck?
Wow.
Kind
They
of
kind of
South
missed
Park.
with
That's
that
that.
one.
I was like,
But yeah, Shishio. I don't even care if he gets on this list. I just want to get his name out there. I think he's a
So-
top tier villain.
so. Okay,
I think he just needs to
so-
get more respect. Either or, the one I think deserves to be on this list though.
Griffith.
Oh, he's already on. Dio,
It's already on this.
Dio,
Yeah.
Dio,
Dio's
Dio.
great.
I can't say anything on Dio though.
Yes, because you haven't watched. Because you're a loser. You haven't watched freaking.
I know he's a big
freaking
fan of
JoJo.
First
steamrollers.
season of JoJo. Just the
Get
you
your
just
money
need
up.
the
Get your
first
money
season
up.
to really appreciate Dio.
Need the first season, then you need freaking season 3 where Dio basically goes like, yes, I'm him,
Yeah.
and then
Dio's
he
the
keeps
blonde
being
one,
him
right?
every part after, because literally every single plot revolves around what Dio has done throughout this series. Long after his death, he terrorizes his freaking family just because
my
he was poor and they
God.
were rich.
But then they literally bring him into their family, and he's like, "Nah,
It's not enough.
Not enough."
He has to
He's like,
become
oh,
a vampire.
he's like, nah.
he
He's like,
has
you know what?
to.
He's like, no, what? Just because I don't like you, I'm gonna freaking I'm gonna throw your dog in a furnace. Literally.
that's fucked up, dude. Why
Uh-huh.
is
Host?
Mhm.
Yes.
Mr. Host, I have a question.
Mhm.
I've lost track. Who is on the pillars as of right now?
There's only two.
Griffith, and
Aizen.
Eisen. Yeah.
Okay. So what you're saying is I need to get either Shao Tucker or Frieza up in this bitch. Bet.
True.
Mhm.
You know the thing with
I mean, you already
Shao.
got Griffith on. You
I
got someone
know.
on there.
I said 2 to 3 at minimum.
Mhm.
I need another one.
I'm
The
dead. This
thing
man
with
going for
Shao
kills for
for
sure.
me is
Mhm.
just like, yeah, what he did is bad, but I think that just it's more so the way that the show portrayed it
Darius.
and the moment
Mhm.
that they made from it is
Mhm.
like
Darius.
more of the reason why. Like not like
The moment
compared
was
to what
crazy.
other
Execution.
Sorry.
villains compared to what other villains do in the show, like they've definitely
Darius.
done worse things.
Yes, but
And
Darius.
like I think it's really just the moment. I don't think he needs to be on the list. I really think it's just the moment that everybody remembers. But there's definitely characters you can handpick from that exact same show that have done a lot worse.
Darius, I just want you to close your eyes for a second, right?
Don't make me do it.
Close your eyes. See, you don't want to relive it. You don't want to relive it.
Because I can
You
relive
don't
it.
want to relive it.
I can
Well,
relive
does
that
not
exact
speak
moment.
I relived it like
volumes
every day.
of how
Like,
traumatic
since I was
this
12,
is?
dog.
And then I can also picture all the Ishvalan flashbacks of them getting slaughtered. And that's
Yeah.
like,
Mhm.
A little bit more
Darius,
of
think
that.
about
Darius, close your eyes. Close your eyes.
that.
We open
Oh
to
my
Edward.
goodness.
We open to
Edward?
Edward
Edward.
for walking into
No,
the
you're not
room.
saying it right, Darius. You're not saying it right there.
And he goes,
Edward.
Oh my gosh.
"You're coming,
Big
we're
brother?
like, Big brother,
Big brother Ed?
And I
goes,
definitely think
You-
think it's memed into out of existence, which makes it even more impactful.
you don't want to relive it, bro."
I relived it like 4 times because I've watched it.
I relive it
I
all
watched
the
that episode with
time.
like
I
4 different
relived it a
people.
good 3 times. It's fucking it's traumatic.
It is. Every time I
Dude,
know that episode's
close-
coming, I'm
so-
like, oh no. Is that one in
so
Hughes?
close-
Every
I
time I
just
know
want
it's
you-
coming.
I just want you to imagine who says those lines.
Like the things that multiple
no,
characters on all
just-
of our lists
just-
do compared to the one thing that he did, like
But do you not remember the trauma, the gut wrenching pain, the actual tragedy?
Daniel,
Yes.
I understand what you're doing. I know you're trying to get Shell Tucker on here, but I think we've talked about him enough. There's one. I already know Nico. Nico's been listening to this entire time, and he's fuming right now.
shout out.
He's pissed. He's like, y'all said Don Flamingo earlier. I don't hear you guys talking about him.
I know, and I was just about to say like
Mm-hmm.
literally
Daniel,
anything
Darius,
he
please.
does trumps exactly what Shao does.
I'd
Like-
rather
Why?
put Buggy on the list.
Like first things first, like he's a celestial dragon, and the celestial
Mhm.
dragons think that they're the gods of their world. So compared to Buggy, like he just thinks Buggy's trash because he's human, and whatever he does compared to humans is just like
Mhm.
galaxies compared to that shit. He's just
What has
thinks
this
he's
man
better.
done? What has this man done?
I mean, besides just that in and of itself and the things that
Mhm.
celestial dragons do in that show when it comes to just, like slavery and trafficking and domination of countries, he's the leader of his country. He the things that he does is the centers. He has a girl on his side whose devil fruit power is to turn people into toys, and they
Mhm.
have to listen to her commands. So he'll just, turn everybody into toys that sense to him. The original king of the kingdom, he turns into a toy, and he just has them working as slave labor underground, and they're producing fake devil fruits to give to Kaido, who's
Mhm.
another villain of that show.
Yeah.
So he just has a whole just trade going on right now of just illegal
Uh-huh.
activities,
Mhm.
while still being like a part of the government because he's a celestial dragon. So they kind of have to look the other way.
Mhm.
Even though like the Marine that they send, because Luffy's there, the Admiral they send, he's like an actual good person. So he doesn't side with Doflamingo. But he's just bad. He kills his brother because, his brother just starts working against him, kills his father at a very young age, like before like any of his real character development, guns his father down right in his face. And proceeds to torture an entire country of people and give them bread and circuses to, alleviate the stress. He has
Sounds like
his own
Dr.
coliseum.
Doom, the slightest bit.
I thought you were gonna say
But
Dr.
like the thing with Doctor
What
Doom
the
is that
fuck?
Doctor Doom
I was
doesn't
like, what?
torture his civilians. Doctor Doom
Doc-
like is like a
Dr. Doom-
nationalist and
Dr.
cares
Doom's
about
actually
his people.
like a good leader.
He's a good leader. Like that's
Oh,
the crazy
shit.
part.
Never mind. Shit.
That is true. That is true.
Doflamingo, he's
So we're talking
kinda
about
mean.
enslaving a country. Let
Mhm.
me tell you about this one place called Planet Vegeta and how they were under the thumb of this one ruler of the universe up until this point, named Frieza and King.
Little
I don't
shit.
think I even mentioned King Cold, but Frieza. You know,
Yeah.
Mhm.
you remember the Frieza Force?
Yeah.
I remember Ginyu
And, you know,
Force.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
You're just whispering
So
into the
let me-
mic. What does he do?
you know, he not only controls Planet Vegeta and
Controlled.
decides to slaughter any Saiyan,
Mhm.
but out of complete, because fuck it, he decides to blow up the fucking planet because he doesn't want no more Saiyans around. And then not only that, he keeps Prince Vegeta as a captive so that way they don't do shit against him. And then he still blows the fucking place up. And he then enslaves and sells planets as if they're fucking trinkets on the market.
That man is the master of genocide. He's really good at
Yeah.
it. He
Dude,
did not miss.
Doflamingo has a nation. Frieza has planets on top of
He
planets.
does have solar systems of torture
one-
going on.
The one thing with Dragon Ball, and this was the same thing the last time we talked about it, like
What's up?
it doesn't hit. Like this, like the stakes just aren't there. Like at
Because of
least
the
I
Dragon
could-
Balls?
like at least I could. Well, one because of the Dragon Ball, two because of just how the show is. Like I
Mm.
understand why people
Yeah.
don't like One Piece because of how like wacky it is at times, and
It's not
like
even that. That's the lame.
you can't take it seriously. But like at least for me, I can understand the stakes a little more of that show and be a little more
Mhm.
invested in the stakes. With Dragon Ball is kind of just like, you know, Beerus, the god of destruction, and his angel are just sitting here having a conversation
Let Darius talk.
while
Mhm.
Goku is having a once in a lifetime universe regarding world shattering fight. And they're just like, wow, he's really surpassing his powers here. And it's just like, I don't know. It just doesn't
Super
impact
is
me.
definitely different from Z.
Super, yeah, that's exactly
Yeah.
what I'm. Thank you for making my point.
They're all still
Andrew.
the same series, though.
No, but Super. So because
Sup-
I've been rewatching Dragon Ball Z recently,
It's
right?
the same characters. I have to. I'm on the Boo Saga right now.
I'm finishing up. I'm starting the Cell games right now, but
Cell games
there's
is
a
so good.
huge, there's a huge tonal shift from Z to Super, and I think, Frieza,
Massive.
yes, is in Super now. I'm not denying that, but when he came out, there were stakes. Krillin fucking died. No one
no,
expected. No
And
one
you got
expected.
Wish back, right?
Yeah, but at the point when he
Mhm.
died, no one expected Krillin to be like if you were a true fan, you knew Krillin was done. Krillin was not coming back. Period. He was wished already back once. He ain't coming back by
Mhm.
happen chance because the writer was like, "Oh, we like Krillin. We're gonna bring
Yeah,
him back."
literally.
But at the point,
Wow.
listen, big
You know what
dog.
One Piece does to the most favorite character? They literally kill him. No
And
one
to be
dies in One
fair,
Piece,
that is
and then Ace gets
after-
donutted.
Rest
Like-
in peace, days. Rest in peace.
To be fair, Frieza just
Mhm.
shot Piccolo through the heart right before he kills Krillin.
Exactly.
That's why everyone thought, "Oh fuck, they're really fucked now," kind
my
of thing.
my whole point is there's a big tone shift from Z and Super. Z is much more serious than Super was, even
Yeah.
like 100%.
Oh,
and then
definitely that.
Can I mention something?
yeah, go ahead, Jabbar.
What I think is important is like with a lot of the villains that we have mentioned here, right? Again, let's talk about Griffith. Let's talk about Andrew's character and stuff like that.
Oh my,
you
that
know,
fucking psycho.
yeah, that psychopath.
My God.
Is that like they are? It is a constant like leveling up for them, you know. But
That's
Frieza,
true.
that initial thing with him, I agree with you. It was terrifying, you know? It's like,
Yeah.
man, like these guys are actually like Goku has to like sacrifice himself to beat him, you know?
Yeah.
And all that kind of stuff. That was massive. But at the same time, we gotta talk about later on. We keep going on and on later
Yeah.
on. He's not the same villain he was before.
Has anybody seen?
It's happened to the point where it's just kind of like it damages the character.
He becomes
Yeah.
a second Vegeta.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Oh,
I think
yeah.
that's what it is.
Have
He
you
becomes a
guys
second
seen Black
Vegeta.
Frieza?
Yeah, from the comics, yeah.
Only one appearance so far.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I just
No,
wanted to
that's
mention
my-
that.
I can't believe
That's
he
my
would
biggest
even
issue
think
with
of
Frieza, though.
going golden when Super Saiyans are known for their golden hair. I feel like if they just
Mhm.
mentioned that to him, he would have been like, "Oh fuck, you're right. I need to think of a new color."
I don't even
And then he
think.
would've
All right,
left.
I'll be honest. I don't even think he had the choice of going golden. He just said, "I'm gonna train and see what the fuck happens."
Yeah,
It's the
no, he
writer's
didn't.
decision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Probably that.
no, I mean, all right, point taken. That's 100% true because while I think obviously Z has a more serious tone, Super does exist, and Super's fun. I love Super.
No,
I'm not
He's
gonna-
still
Super's
evil
fun,
in Super.
but that's not going to stop the fact
Yeah.
that it damaged the character itself.
It definitely hurt him.
Oh man.
Another
Yeah.
thing that Doflamingo does at the end of the arc to add a little more stakes to him and his character, he makes a giant bird cage. His
Also,
abilities.
Darius, not to cut you off. What are you? Whatever you're going to say, let's wrap it up so we can do the final bits.
Keep going.
And we
Yeah,
can
I
end.
got you.
Mhm.
So his ability is string. He can control and manipulate string. So what he does is he creates a giant bird cage around the island, and he says, "You know what? If you want to take me down, I'm just going to take everybody down with me." So he creates a bird cage that continuously closes until he reaches the center of the island. And the whole thing about it is that like the strings are sharp. Like if it touches you, it'll just instantly slice you in half. So it's going down. Yeah.
He's best genist from My Hero Academia.
What the fuck? Ain't no way
Best
this man said
genius
best
is
genius.
crazy.
This
But yeah,
guy.
so the bird cage is closing the entire time. Luffy's over here trying to fight him because the only way to stop him or to stop the bird cage is by knocking out Doflamingo. So while he's fighting him, all the civilians and like everybody else are sitting here literally trying to push against this giant bird cage, trying to stop it from closing on them and splitting everybody into a bunch of tiny pieces.
Damn.
Is this when Luffy gets gear 2 or 3?
This is when he gets gear 4.
Oh shit! All right,
So-
guys, I try. I'm sorry.
So he goes gear 4th. I think, is that what happens? I think he goes gear 4th, fights Doflamingo, almost beats him, but then runs out of steam. So like all the civilians and everybody else have to buy Luffy time to regenerate by pushing back the cage and like trying to hold off Doflamingo. And then he finally comes back again another time around with gear 4th and beats him.
Yeah, that's kind of mean to cut everyone up into little pieces. I
A
don't.
little
I
bit.
don't
It's a
fuck
little
with that.
rude. Little
But
rude.
would you hook?
Memed a bit too hard there.
Would you hook up some civilians to little mana drainers that drain you of your life just barely at
definitely
fucking
would.
1 HP?
I think he
And
definitely
torture
would.
you for
He,
the rest of
he
your life?
definitely would. I mean,
I think if
literally,
he had the
He's trying to-
opportunity,
the way-
he definitely would.
the way that he
He's
gets
just trying to
the
dissuade me.
fake devil fruits. So the way that it works is that it starts on Punk Hazard, goes to Dressrosa, then goes to Wano. The way that he gets the devil fruits is from Punk Hazard, where Caesar, not a clown, Caesar is doing genetic tests on children, and he's giganticizing them, and just doing a bunch of random crap to a bunch of children.
That's
And-
nice.
After they beat him, it's now up to the government to like make these kids go back to normal. So
Yeah.
like, also pretty bad. These are the
Oh,
people that
man.
he's associating himself with.
Mm-hmm.
He also thinks humans are ants.
as
Wow.
well.
That's
Wow.
anime villain 101 there. To be honest.
I have a quote written down here from Aizen that
Oh, he
also
did
applies
research.
to Doflamingo.
He did research.
He's ready.
It's
He's
it's
right. All right,
difficult
all right.
to step
You
on
win.
an ant without crushing them, and they both think of humans as ants. So
Okay, he wins. All
My
right, you win.
God.
You did research. I'm impressed.
Okay, y'all. Okay,
Suck
y'all.
my dick.
So already on this list, we have Griffith. Best twink. We have Griffith.
For real.
Jesus.
We have
Bro.
Aizen. Sosuke Aizen. Honestly, guys, honestly, y'all, I'm 100% willing to put Andrew's
I'm
Andrew's
also
top
willing.
pick.
You know, because the fact that he keeps mentioning the fact that he has 19 children trapped like a typical Catholic priest is just, you know
Oh
what?
my God.
It's so
it's
bad.
art imitating life, you know.
Mhm.
This he's just batshit psycho that he goes like if it's a circle, he goes all the way around, back to being sane, and then just kept going, and he's like right here, 99% from looping back around, perfect. And he like looks at torture like an art. Man creeps me the fuck out. And
He
so
kind
Yeah.
of he reminds me of the JoJo villain with the bombs. Fuck, what's
Oh
that?
my God,
What's that
you're
dude's
talking about
name?
Kira.
Yeah, he reminds me of Kira, just a sociopath.
Oh, by Kira, yeah. You're talking about
Dude.
Kira.
Just a sociopath that just happens to get magical abilities.
Mhm.
he's
Wait,
just insane.
Oh my God! Like if I can I do one more honorable mention, Kira from JoJo. Oh my God, what a villain! That
Just
guy was so good.
Villain.
Like it's my
Literally.
favorite
I
part
was-
in the entire series, and I just kept wanting to tune in because I wanted to see what was gonna happen because of him. He made that.
My
he made
God.
that freaking part. It was so
What
good.
about Sal?
What about Cell?
He would have never made it to perfect if everyone wasn't fucking up. So
To
I
be
don't
honest.
attribute
Yeah,
his
if
power
everybody
to
wasn't
him.
a fucking idiot. I
Yeah.
was just watching like, wow,
Yes.
everybody
Krillin is so lucky
Dead.
that worked out for him.
Bro,
I mean,
love
I would have done
Vegeta,
the
but
same,
what an
but
idiot, bro.
that was not smart.
It was just an arc of bad decisions.
Like, dude,
Quite
that's
literally,
really funny
quite
though.
literally.
Trunks came
Can
back
we-
and he's like, guys, we got this. I have the medicine. I have the fucking intel.
Like he had a full
And it
plan,
just goes to
you know?
shit. It just goes to shit. Everything.
Can we
So funny.
Everybody's
we
like,
make
no,
a-
but I'm a Saiyan though.
can we make a 4 pillars of joke characters?
I'm down.
I need 4
Yeah.
pillars of idiots in anime. That's what I need. But
Oh,
wait,
that would be
guys,
great.
we still don't have our 4th one. We still don't have our 4th
Wait,
one.
what do you mean? I thought Andrews was the 4th.
Kire
No.
Kotomine.
We have 3. We have 3.
Who stands up to
Mention.
Kire?
We had Andrew's character. Andrew, what's his name again? Sorry.
Kira Kotomine.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kira. We have him. We have friggin' Griffith, and we have Aizen. We need
Yeah.
one more.
Oh, I thought
I thought we
picked
got
Doflamingo.
Don Flamingo.
Yeah.
I thought we got not
Flamingo,
best genius.
We could still choose
You
Dio.
can still
Shout
we
Tucker's
can
still on the
choose.
table possibly.
No, Shao Tucker does not compare to the generational vampire torture fucking
Of
machine.
Dio.
of
Yeah.
Dio.
He
Honestly,
more
but,
willing-
like
he sold his
Don't want
daughter for
JoJo on
$20.
here.
Like, it's
I'm more
sad,
willing
I
but-
don't want a JoJo on here. I'm gonna be
I'm
real.
more willing to
I
pick
have a
Dio. I'm
personal
more willing to
bias.
pick Dio, honestly. I'm more
I'm
willing
more
to
willing
pick
to
Dio.
pick Don Flamingo
Honestly,
over here.
I picked Dio over Griffith, to be honest.
Whoa,
Because
whoa. Okay, hold on. All right.
What?
All right, let me get the boxing gloves out. Wait a minute.
Here's a hot take. Here's a hot take.
No.
Just
Your hot take is rejected
Just
here.
because something is done with the intent of shock factor doesn't make it good. I'll just say that. For example, everybody remembers Goblin Slayer and how
Oh God!
how
Please
Yeah.
quickly that blew up.
Stop!
Literally, the first episode is shock factor, and that is literally what everybody talked about for like a month when that
I
came
almost
out.
didn't finish
Yeah.
that. I almost didn't finish that episode, man. I almost
That
didn't
shit
finish
was
that
brutal.
episode.
And after that, like the show kind of just doesn't really do that much anymore. So like it's clear that it was just for the shock factor of
Mhm.
hey, look at what these goblins are doing, and it's not
Okay,
yeah.
what's it called, a hanime, as they would
Mhm.
say. Like, sure, what Griffith does is like tragic and terrible, but like,
I just want to say this is
I want a
Darius'
rebuttal.
plea to make sure Don Flamingo gets on this list, so he has to
I
go
already
after,
said yes to
after
that.
the top guy.
not just that he gets on the list, just that I don't know, just so that the list isn't as practical as people would expect.
I
Because
just
I know
Yeah.
for a fact that people are going to say, "Oh yeah, Griffith is on there because look at all this stuff that he did." But like, he does that one thing that every single person knows. You go on YouTube and there people are reposting that same exact scene, and it's
Mhm.
just like
can I
he's
One
For
second,
me,
man.
he's on the level
One
of like the main villain from Devilman Crybaby, in the sense that
That's
like
fair. That man was fucked up.
Mhm.
they're kind of just like
Rio,
the
I
foil
think.
to just poke and prod at the main character so that they can finally progress throughout the show. And I don't think
I-
that it's like too
Didn't
impressive.
Griffith say, if
Daniel?
you chose to trust me, that was your fault?
Yeah, he did.
definitely did.
But I
Daniel?
just want to point out, but the
Mhm.
show is shock factor in and of itself. That's
I
the
don't
whole
think
point.
it's
Like,
impressive then.
no, but it's like the whole point
I
of
wouldn't
the
say
fact
it's
of the
all
matter.
shock factor.
I think.
I wouldn't
Does
say that
Griffith
either.
do anything after this event?
Well, hold on. Let me finish.
Like, is
Because
he
the
still
whole
the
thing is that
antagonist?
Guts can't catch
Very
a
much
fucking
so.
break.
Right?
But
And
this-
not to
but
mention,
this isn't a
not to
best
mention,
Main character.
you're taking out the emotion of the whole fucking scene. You're taking out the whole emotion of the whole horrible act. Like, it's one
I
thing.
say, like-
it's one.
Mhm.
Go ahead, Jabari.
Daniel, I'll let you finish. No.
Yeah,
It's
you
like it's
sound
one
you
thing
were
like,
cooking.
oh yes, he did something so extreme, it's bad, but like you can't remove the emotional attachment that you had to the bond of like these two almost brothers, and then one of them
Mhm.
literally stabbing him in the back, fucking his girl, and in a pool of his best friends of his family's blood, while he
That
cuts off
was
his arm and
tough.
takes
Become
his eye.
God.
To
That
become
was
a
reach
god,
his
like, no,
ambitions.
you can't
If he
remove the emotion, because
Yeah.
then there's
Well,
no point.
then
Then you could put
I
100
will-
people on this
What I
list.
want to
I
say
will
though, what I
rise
want
you
to
a
say,
chip. I'll rise you a chip after Jabari says what he wants
yeah,
to
what
say.
I want to say, and we got to finish this up for real. But what I want to say is that it's kind of like the Batman and Joker scenario, you know? Like you mentioned like oh, this is the main character deal, but I think your villain is almost as good as your main character and vice versa. So like
I love Guts.
Yeah, I love Guts. And like I support Guts. This from everything that Griffith's done to him. I want to see him succeed.
for
You know?
real.
He'll
So I
never
think
succeed.
I do think, you know, even mentioning Guts, I think is, you know, something worth mentioning at least. I just think Griffith is a very good character, and I think it goes beyond, you know, what he's actually, you know, what we know him for. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So,
just,
I can raise my chip here because
Mhm.
Go
there's a lot of comparisons that you can make between Griffith and Dio and the way that they operated at the start. So
we're not getting rid of Griffith over Dio, bro. I'll die on this hill.
I will also
what's your issue
say
with JoJo, man? You love JoJo, to be
I will
honest.
also say that things of that nature, especially within the anime space of, you know, that nature, I'm not going to say the word again because
Yeah. Mhm.
I feel like it is just
I'll bleep
used
it out.
for shock factor.
Mm-hmm.
Both
The R word.
yes, both Griffith
Yeah.
Okay.
and Dio learned to hate the main character. I think what Dio did towards Joseph's main love interest was definitely
Jonathan.
tamer. Still does the job of like what it's supposed to do. Like, oh, he kissed his girlfriend, and then at the end of it all, Griffith, you know, becomes a god or whatever, and is able to like summon demons. Dio also becomes a god, and what he does, instead of, you know, like traumatizing the main character in the way Griffith does, is that he kills the main character and then proceeds to take his body and use it as his own because he lost his body when he lost to the main character in their last fight. So like he kills the main character, takes his body, but still has to deal with the bloodline for forever, basically. I feel like the way
Quite literally, forever.
I feel like the way that the whole show flows with Dio being the main villain is a lot more impressive
Mhm.
than what.
And it's even the fact that like
Berserk is.
even when Dio's not like, you know, the main villain of that part, he
He's
still kind
mentioned,
of is, because he's the
'Cause he
reason
influences them.
what the issue that's going on right now is happening.
but
Like think
just
think of Father Pucci, you know? The whole reason of Father Pucci's even doing everything or he's even on this quest is because Dio sent him on this.
Dio sent him on the quest
'Cause he
The whole
believed
reason
Dio
why
was an
everyone
angel,
has
you know?
stands. Dio,
Is because of Dio.
like
But isn't it's so? And then you can kind of attribute that same thing to Griffith, because the whole reason why Guts is being hounded or cursed by demons at every corner is because of Griffith. The whole reason why now Guts has a goal, a mission to avenge and have his revenge on Griffith is because of Griffith, and it's also because of the bond that they shared. Like that's the I feel
Betrayal.
like you still got
I'm more willing to
regardless.
Go on, finish,
You
Daniel, sorry.
can't take away the emotion of the whole thing, because if there without the emotion, then there's no real weight to what like there's less weight of the caliber of what it's doing, of what they're doing. That's why Shao Tucker is such a horrible standout too. You can't take away the emotion of these horrible actions. That's the whole reason why they're horrible. Like we don't care what he did to the mom. We care what he did to Nina, because we grew a connection with Nina. And what was the dog's name? Alexander?
Yeah.
Yeah, with the dog, with Alexander and Nina, we grew that connection. They were our little sister. Griffith was our friend, was our brother, was our leader, was our mentor. And then they betrayed us. You can't ruin the emotion. Go ahead, Jabbar.
Honestly, I'm gonna be totally real with you, right? Like, Dio's the last pillar.
Damn.
Dio is
What
the
do you
last.
have what do you have the
Fuck
four
you,
as?
Don Flamingo.
Sorry.
What do you have the four as?
The other three.
Yeah, list it all.
Okay, so I think. Oh, not I think. I know. Right now we have Griffith. We have what?
Monkey, go
Daniel,
ahead.
what'd you say?
I just laughed.
Oh, yeah, we have Griffith. We have Aizen. We have oh my god, I keep forgetting his name. Andrew.
Oh yeah, Kotomine. The
Kotomine.
psycho.
Kotomine.
Kotomine.
Yeah.
Oh my
Kotomine. And we have Dio. I think Dio is like, as much as Daniel, as much as you don't want him on there, which I don't understand. You'd love JoJo.
I feel like it's so new.
You would adore JoJo, honestly.
I feel like there hasn't been enough time to sit and let it simmer.
No, it's
Sit and let
the
simmer,
original.
Daniel.
Hasn't
It's
it
been
been
going
in
on
the
The
since the
original has been
90s. What are you talking
simmering
about?
for a very
Okay,
long
okay,
time.
jeez. All right, I get it. Damn.
I
fuck.
understand. I understand that the community makes you avoid it. I really understand.
I
That.
understand
They
that
made me
completely.
avoid Golden Wind for like 4 years, but then I finally watched it and I was like, wait. A
Oh,
minute,
I just
this
thought
is
part
probably,
5
like,
was
the best.
boring. That was me. That's
To
why
me,
I
I
did.
thought it was the best JoJo season I had ever watched, besides like the
Really?
original, obviously. But like
Mhm.
compared to like all the
Obviously.
other stand ones, like Diamond Unbreakable, Stone Ocean, I think Golden
Diamond
Wind is
Unbreakable was my
easily
favorite.
best.
Diamond Unbreakable was my favorite. I love 4.
I just Golden Wind is just so amazing. I don't know.
Is this
I
all the
just
same
loved it.
fucking anime? Jesus
It's-
Christ.
Yeah.
Yes, it's all
Yep.
the same anime.
I gotta
There's
go
like-
through it.
There's like what?
You have-
eight-
you have
I think
to.
there's like
It's so
8
good.
mangas. I think.
I
And
believe
then-
there's 8 parts.
Yeah, Rurouni Kenshin is on the
6,
list first
5 or
before,
6
before
in
JoJo. I'm
anime?
sorry.
Daniel, hear me out real quick, all right? Shut the fuck up. I'm the host. Dio's the last one.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying Rurouni Kenshin's on my list first before I watch JoJo.
I'm about to say
Wow.
like let Dio live. Well, he's not alive now. But like,
I've
no.
conceded. I've
Let him
conceded.
live.
Hands up. Where, I don't have a white flag. Wave the white flag. I've conceded. I'm just saying. I'm
All right,
watching
cool,
Rurouni
cool.
first.
Thank you guys for listening to this long episode. I knew it was gonna be this freaking bloodbath.
We're very
Uh,
passionate.
We did say that. We did.
For
Quite the
whoever has
war.
made it to the end, thank you for listening.
Yo, Gangy, for
Leave your
real.
suggestions in the comments.
Please, I wanna know
I'm
what your
very
pillars are. I
curious.
want to know how bad our list is.
Yes, I want to hear everyone
or
else's
how amazing it
takes.
is. Either or.
I think Griffith gets onto everyone's list.
Mhm.
I want to say
I-
honorable mention Pain, but that felt like too low of a
I
grab.
thought about
for
pain.
me.
I thought about pain.
That's so obvious. I wanted to
Bro,
bring a new character.
I just want
I
to point
thought
out that
about
none of us put a Naruto character here. Like none
Andrew
of us.
put
Great.
2.
He put Madara and Naruto.
No, but okay.
But like on the list,
I-
yeah.
But like on the actual list, and they weren't even debated on. So-
Honestly,
It was
I
good.
heard them.
It
I'm
was
like,
really
I
good.
know who was coming. I heard them. I heard them, and I know who was coming up. And I'm like, I love Madara to death, right? But
yeah,
He wasn't. He didn't have any stake in this race.
He did.
He really did.
Just
He was
not
a good
too-
guy
he-
turned bad, and
he
even
was
then he didn't
fucking
do
shit
too much
up.
bad.
That's what I can
Mhm.
respect. He was fucking
That's
shit
all
up.
he did,
Yeah.
though. All he did was fuck shit up.
Yeah,
All he had
so-
was a big grudge for a whole.
You
for
saw
his
me
whole
go
life.
for the psycho
Mhm.
over Madara, the fucking like potential ruler of the planet. So
It's sad we
Uh,
didn't even add Sensui at all anywhere, and he's such a
Oh,
good character.
fuck! I forgot about Sensui.
Where is he from?
He's from Yu Yu Hakusho.
Can we go back? Can we go back and put Sensui on the list?
I just want to give like glaze.
At,
Can I give a
at the time
glaze
we're at?
explanation?
No.
How much time are we at actually?
Ooh,
I'm dead.
the
Oh,
time.
we do got some time.
This shit is a movie now.
Yeah,
Sensui's so
it
good.
He's so
though.
good.
Sensui's
Like-
fantastic.
That's not even my favorite arc, but it's so good.
He's so well written. Like he's a
He's
well
phenomenal.
written
He's phenomenal.
villain. He
Can
does
I
the
just say for the
job.
record? Can I just say for the record? I feel
Go
like
on.
the third arc is a little bit slept on. It's underrated. I'm not saying it's the best. I'm saying it's underrated.
Very much slept on.
Very much slept on. It's my personal favorite, honestly. But
The third arc?
Oh, I love it. I
Dead
love
ass.
it. I love the Dark Tournament to death. But like, I don't know. I feel like everything that came with Chapter Black.
Yeah,
I think the emotion, the shock
I'm talking
factors,
about the
everything
Demon
about it.
World tournament, guys.
that's
Oh,
part 4.
That's
That's
part 4.
4.
Demon Tournament's
consider-
trash. I don't know what you're talking about.
I think it's very slept on. I don't.
I think it's
I consider.
garbage.
I consider everything before.
It's a rush piece of trash. That's what I think.
Yeah, I
it
think
is.
No.
I think it was just for the closure. It was really just
It's
for the
for.
closure.
I just value closure in that case because I don't consider that part 4. I consider that part 3 and all the shit before the Dark Tournament.
I consider freaking
Is-
Yusuke getting
is
hit
all-
by a freaking truck, and then learning about all this freaking
Oh,
demon stuff to be
shit.
the first arc.
I just consider
Then
that
after
the
that
intro.
we get to the Dark Tournament. Then we get to Chapter Black. Then we get to the Demon World Tournament. That's how I.
think, well, my point is, I think the Demon World Tournament is a little slept on. That's all I'm saying.
Mhm.
Continue.
Either or. Thanks for listening. As always, get your money up.
Not your funny.
Hey,
Be nice to
hey.
people. Be kind. Make sure you
nice.
make
Don't be a
friends.
villain.
Don't be
in
any of these
someone's
people.
Don't be an
please.
asshole.
I
Don't
beg
be a
of you.
dick.
Don't.
real.
Don't.
Hey guys, it's Andrew.
And Danny.
Thanks so much for listening to today's episode. Be sure to follow us on Spotify at What It Do with Jabari Henry.
And you can find us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at What It Do Pod. And if you don't, you fucking suck.
That's facts.